Okay. Good times. Welcome in, everybody. All right, let's get this started. It is Friday. We have some stuff to do today. Get the sheet pulled up so we can start drawing people's stuff. Monica, Vakaphone, Oliver, hello, hello. It is indeed Friday. I can't find my pen. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. And then we'll get some rugby's drawn. It is Friday. It is a viewer suggestion. We still have a list from earlier in the week, as well as what else? We have the OTTER super chat. No, frogs. It's frogs this week. It's Frogtember. So super chats and YouTube members get frogs drawn. And yeah, that's about it. You see how the McDonald's trademark red carton is so synonymous? I mean, yeah, they sell a lot. They sell a lot. All right, let's get some rugby's drawn before we get too far into things. I did put a short out this morning for our little kobold friends. We'll start the poll. Ooh, hold on a second. Okay. Hope people can hear me now. I might be muted. I hope not. Things were okay. Yeah, it looks like we're okay. Hope everybody's week's been going well. Gotta get some work done. Gotta get some stuff built. Gotta clean the house a little bit. It'll be a busy weekend. We'll warm up with a rugby and then we'll start drawing people's suggestions, as we normally do. I really want to build some shelves this weekend, so I might have to. I'm drawing on the background layer. Gall darn it. I may have ruined this. This rugby might be permanent. Can this be fixed? That's the question. I think so. See if I can fix this real quick. What just happened? Oh lordy, I broke it. I broke it real good. There we go. Okay. Let's lock that layer. And then we'll try drawing the rugby again. Give it a second try. Permanent background drawing challenge. I mean, we could. I feel like that would just make it really cluttered. I don't know, maybe people like cluttered. We'd either have to make that really, really big background or just go until we fill it up and then be done for the week. What was I saying earlier about kobolds? We did the kobold short this morning, asking people to name what they thought a band of kobolds would be called. I'll put that up on Redbubble, as well as just for the Patreon and YouTube members. I think I already got the YouTube members up this morning. If you guys are a member, you're welcome to use that for whatever you like. Assuming you're not selling merch with it. I think it's a funny flyer to put in your D&D games. That is a dark way to go. Let's try some of these. Some knees. Some goblin knees. There we go. How do we feel? Is that a pretty good rugby? I think we gotta put a frog on him. John, hello, welcome in. How are you today? Throw a little Kirby Froggos. Neat. I may not know what frogs look like, I've discovered just now. But that's why I want to draw more of them. Maybe we'll draw a bunch of frogs real quick. Tiny mouth frogs are hilarious. Otherwise they look like Muppets, which is great. If you turn Rugby upside down, he looks like a bird. I can see that. He looks a little bird-like. Frogs usually look like what you're drawing, so you're good. I appreciate the vote of confidence.
My head is also my butt. I think little arms is funnier. Just a squat little chin. There we go. Good design for a frog Pokemon. Pac-Man frog who decided to give him legs in the mouth. Pac-Man could be a frog. It's just the same guy from Frogger, but... Froge. Froge. Alright. So that's what today's going to be like. It's going to be weird. It's going to be chill. It's going to be full frogs. Looks like Cartman a little bit. Chunky Cart. Six frogs in my back garden a couple days ago. Nice. I worked at the pub. We had a bunch of frogs climbing up through the sink drains. That was fun. Gripplies are good. Gripplies and Grungs, good characters. You have a pond? That's nice. I don't know if I'd enjoy a pond. Like, it'd be nice to have one, but also I don't want to take care of it. Okay, here we go. Rolling some dice. What do we got? 9. A Warforged, Arbor Artificer, Rogue Courier? Rogue Courier? I don't know what a Rogue Courier is. With a silver pompadour? Like, gray hair? Or actual silver? Gas mask and lethal finger guns. I guess it's a Warforged, so that makes sense. It can actually, like, pew pew pew. That's kind of cool. Oh, right. Silver pompadour if it's a Warforged. Got it. Okay. Okay, we can do that. A blue. Maybe we're doing some blues here. Let's get this going. We'll end this. Oh. Sacrificial Sabbath. Hello, hello. There were frogs around where I live, but the only time I've ever seen one was when my cat brought it back. That's too bad. That is too bad. Cats do like to do that. Alright. Warforged with the Pompadour and finger guns. I don't think that frog was comfortable. Probably not. Pigeons also like to drink from it. That's pretty cool. Pompadour is one of these things, right? The Pompadour just any forward type hair. Is Mohawk technically a Pompadour? Or does a Pompadour have to just be a poof? It's supposed to be poofy.
I'm gonna try really hard to keep my pen size not massive today, so we can get some interesting details. I failed a little bit the other day on Wednesday, so
That's gonna be my challenge again. The elvish hairstyle. Do elves have a specific hairstyle? That's interesting. It does feel very elven, though.
I said Elvis.
Oh. You know, my eyes are bad, so I'm sorry. Pew, 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 pew.
Sorry.
no, that's fine. I read it wrong. Welcome in, by the way. You're doing well. Okay. Should I make this like a fin? Or should I make it actual hair?
I think I'm gonna make it a fin. Oh. Nope. Okay, we're good.
Nature's awesome. Yeah, nature's pretty good. Imagine the middle pompadour would increase the range of headbutts. Probably. There's a spell in Pathfinder called Iron Beard that gives you a full luscious beard made out of metal, and it gives you a headbutt attack essentially. But you can't cast spells with it because it muffles your voice, which I think is kind of funny. So an armorer, is that what it was? Armorer, artificer, and a rogue. Is this? I wonder if it was supposed to be corsair, not courier.
Or it could be their job to be a courier.
Oh, okay. That could be. We got some like Fallout 4 or Strand things going on. I like that.
Because maybe they only took like 2 levels in Rogue, so they didn't get a subclass.
That could be. So maybe we'll just focus on. So should I give them armor, like lots of armor, or should I give them just like bonkers weapons?
Since they're a rogue, I imagine they're probably using the stealth model armor for the armorer.
Right. That would make sense. Maybe a little more slick. Maybe we'll give them a coat. If they're a courier, what kind of clothes do couriers wear? Little shorts. Tight little shorts. The hiccups today for some reason. Got bowling ball face. Go with the RoboCop. There we go. Woo. What's everybody's plans for the weekend?
Anything fun going on?
Not really.
Go chop more wood for tomorrow.
Gross.
Maybe I'll make some shelves. There better not be a JoJo character that uses finger guns.
Why'd you have to jinx yourself like that?
I was thinking about it earlier. About like why we don't do fan art, and part of it's Batman, but another part of it is that people were like nonstop asking me to draw JoJo characters. It's like,
Am I getting tricked into drawing JoJo fan art? I hope not. If it's for friends who's do stuff together, yeah.
another mini pond? Okay. Should we give him a backpack or like a satchel? I think a satchel would be better. But I also don't know if I want to go down that far on this character. Just give him the wrist and then go to the next one. So we have quite a few left. Try to get through a good chunk of these today, since we won't be having a stream next week. Probably have some secret streams Monday or Tuesday, and then Wednesday I will be in surgery. Probably be fine, I hope. And then Friday we'll see how I feel. So we might have one Friday, but we'll go from there. I always feel weird about giving Warforged clothes, because it just seems unnecessary. But at the same time, like, because they don't wear armor, right? Like, you don't need to wear armor as Warforged. You get your cool exoskeleton. But,
Yeah, but maybe they still want to fit in with society.
that's what I'm thinking. Do they have a... No, I'm not gonna make that joke. One of my favorite kind of random comics that I found when I was younger was Wormwood, the Gentleman Corpse. He has a robot friend that's constantly upset that he hasn't been given anatomically correct parts.
Mm.
It's an ongoing bit between him and the robot.
To be honest, the only clothing I've ever seen in Warforged wear in official like art is mostly just been like a trench coat.
Yeah. Trench coat makes sense.
Yep.
We're gonna give this guy like a
It
duster
could be a
without
magic
arms.
trench coat.
Oh hell yeah! I don't fully understand the duster in Pathfinder, or the armored coat, because it like to me it just seems like it's a duster but with plates in it or something. Like I don't get its purpose.
So there's the armor coat, and then there is the plated like duster. Two
Okay.
separate things.
Okay, that could be why I'm confused.
So the armor duster is a thing you can add onto your armor. Like you can wear it over your armor.
Oh, okay.
But it also makes your armor heavy armor.
Interesting.
Or medium, if it's light armor.
Does it add armor to it, or?
Yes.
Okay. So it's essentially like a flak jacket you're just slapping on top of your armor.
Yeah. It's like the armored skirt bit for medium and heavy armor that you can tack on. So
Okay.
it increases the weight, the threshold for strength, and bumps up the heavy armor.
Nice.
And the armored coat is just a top of armor.
Okay. Yeah, so I had those two confused then. I really like that idea. Robots enjoy kilts too. Okay. No one gonna yell N. I don't remember what N is for. Oh no, because we're doing the F is for friends, but like I keep thinking of Jacksepticeye spelling laugh. That's what I'm thinking of. Laugh slap. N is for no survivors. That's all I got. That's all I got. How do people like the background, the paper background? I feel like it's fun. I enjoy doing it. It helps my eyes not burn out as fast. But yeah, what are people's thoughts? It's a different style, for sure. That escalated fast. Sorry, that's a really old meme.
I will say I have no opinion on the background.
Try some new stuff. I'm only gonna outline this side and see what happens. See if we can get some cool lighting effects in here. I did the kobold, the marching band kobold thing, and then I printed it out and I painted on top of it, and I really liked that. That was really fun. It's been a long time since I've done like mixed media. I might start doing stuff like that more.
Nice.
Plus, it's always fun to draw with white, like because you just don't get to do that very often.
Just realized this Warforged is just you with a pompadour.
Yeah, I have had a pompadour for a long time. Rook never shows his face because he's actually wearing a mind controlling chum bucket. I don't know what that means, Hash Brown.
SpongeBob reference.
Oh, is it? Okay. Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
I didn't watch it. In fact, I've never watched a thing of SpongeBob. I know that.
I used to
think
watch.
It's from a movie.
Oh, maybe that would make sense. I used to watch SpongeBob when I got sick. Because it's like, it was super readily available online. Like, you could just go to like cartoonnetwork.com or wherever the hell it was. Nickelodeon. And just watch episodes of SpongeBob. And there's so much of it that you can just turn it on and like pass out and then wake up hours later and it's still playing. Yep, cool. Thanks, SpongeBob. Alright. I think I'm done with this one. We'll move on to the next one. If you have not suggested something today, you're very welcome to, or this week, you're very welcome to suggest something. We still have quite a few on the list, but we'll go from there. I rolled a 13. Gunfu GIF, Matrix style. It says GIF. GIF is the hippo people, right?
Is it spelled with
GIFF?
Yep, hippo people.
Dang it. Gung Fu is from Equilibrium, I think. What was it called? There was a name for it. I don't remember what it was. I might need reference for this. I don't think there's too many. There's not too many references. Like, there's only a handful of images of them. Could I do a GIF and or Tiny Hippo People Pathfinder video? Can I merge the two?
You can't because there are no tiny hippo people.
Are they tiny rhino people?
Yep.
They're tiny rhino people. I do need to make a tiny rhino person video. That would be really fun. That would be super fun.
Okay, so
hippos are just weird creatures. Okay, we got blue again, so I'm gonna not put blue in the next one. That's my next poll. Has anyone heard of a bard in 5e proficiency with large instruments like harps, pianos, and organs? Has anyone seen? I have seen one, and it was odd. It was odd because they had the piano and they would try to like carry it around in a cart, and it was just like, this doesn't feel feasible.
in one of the
It was just a game I played, John.
No one really pays attention to because it just was. It didn't. They didn't market it well, and it wasn't give a lot of stuff. It was the Sword Coast Adventurers Guide. In it, they list a bunch of bard instruments, and one of them is a portable organ.
Yeah.
So that is a thing. Which
I'm also
is effectively a accordion.
That's true. That is very true. I've seen someone with a organ grinder. That was kind of funny. They just ran around with it like just cranking on.
Monkey dance.
Yeah. Ooh, I watched what was it? The last whatever of the Demeter. Last night.
I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry.
Okay, there's a movie that just came out. They got horrible reviews. I think it's called like the last cruise or last trip or something of the Demeter, which is the ship that Dracula rode over.
Oh.
And it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It didn't make a lot of sense. It had a very small cast, but yeah, it was alright. It was alright. It made me think of like, I want to do a horror survival D&D campaign. That'd be super fun.
I remember it now. I only ever saw the trailer for it. I think it's just a Netflix movie, ain't it?
It might be on Amazon Prime.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
I mean, it would make sense it would have a pretty small cast because you only need so many people on a ship.
Yeah.
And maybe some, like, off, like, not off screen, but like flashback characters or whatever, if that happened.
Yep.
So apparently,
this is good.
Gung Fu originated with a 1986 Hong Kong action film called A Better Tomorrow.
Okay. Is that
it got spread to the U.S. by people adapting the style into the movie's Desperado Replacement Killers, and The Matrix was the one who kind of like shown a big spotlight on because it did so well.
Okay.
So, like, even
who produced
some of the
that?
style was even put in Lara Croft.
Oh yeah, absolutely, I can see that. Who was the producer for the first movie?
A Better Tomorrow?
Yeah.
John Woo.
That's what I thought. Okay. I was like, it better be a John Woo film or I'm going to be real stupid. Feel real stupid. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. So for those of you who don't know, Equalizer was a Christian Bale movie where it basically looked exactly like The Matrix, but not The Matrix. Yep. It was really weird.
It was a ripoff of The Matrix because it came out like 3
2
years later.
Yeah. But they were super into like the gung fu part being super important, whereas The Matrix and John Woo films are just like, what if these action cops were like really good at kung fu? And it's like, yeah, super good. So, Lizard, no, you haven't missed anything yet. We're drawing a GIF, and I think what was the last one I drew? I don't remember. It was
Warforged.
Warforged, yeah, Warforged. So you're here at the beginning. You're good. Yeah, John Woo films are great.
Basically, any action movie anymore is a gung fu movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, like, alternatively, like the things you're looking at are like westerns, where it's very much there's a bar brawl or a shootout. They weren't really incorporated together, and then the other action thing was that like Die Hard, right? Like it's just bullets. It's just that was another John Woo thing. John Woo he's kind of known for filling the scenes with explosions from gunfire, and then he started incorporating that into the choreography, which was really cool. Versus like Die Hard, once again, where you're just smashing shit. So like it's a really cool process to see how like old action movies where the man's just like standing static, like Rambo, holding the gun, into what John Wick is now.
Yeah,
a lot of really,
you have like
really
full-on choreographed action scenes. So.
Yep. Should I give him a musket? Or should I just make him look like John Wick? Is this just Hippo John Wick? Is that what I've been tricked into?
What was the... I mean, I guess, or any other type of...
I think the premise, it just said Gung Fu GIF. That was it. That was the whole premise.
So I'm reading here. The guy who wrote the gunfights for A Better Tomorrow said that gunplay was not very popular in Hong Kong movies because audience considered it boring compared to fancy kung fu moves or graceful swordplay. And so to make like shootout scenes more entertaining, they added choreograph.
Yeah, because like think about the early 80s, like late 70s. Like it was the dive. That was the only thing that existed for action movies. Was you run, you jump, and you fire your gun. Like that was it. That was the move.
Yep.
Sometimes it was an explosion. Sometimes you were diving out of something or into something. But cover fire, wildly firing into the ether. Guns, lots of guns.
Lots of drama.
It was a slow walk while firing a chain gun thing. Yeah, I remember watching an interview with Arnold talking about that, and they're like, how can we just amp this up and make it ridiculous? And the guy's like, I got a minigun, and he's like, yeah. So that was holy, just how ridiculous can we make it?
Honestly, just to make it entertaining, because people just shooting at something is not necessarily entertainment it makes.
They, I don't know if you ever saw Hot Shots, which was like, it was an action movie parody. I think Charlie Sheen was in it. They did a scene with Rambo where he's just standing on a boat, like infinitely firing a machine gun until he's like waist deep in shells.
I've seen Weird Al basically do that as well.
Yeah.
Weird Al like wearing like a fake muscle suit, dressed up as Rambo, and just firing the gun and just completely missing.
You know,
and then just like
I might be
plugging
mixing those two things together. Hot Shots might just be him firing infinitely and killing. Like, I think a body count thing pops up at the bottom.
Charlie Sheen's still alive.
Yeah, and then the bullet thing is oh no, oh there we go. They both did it.
Yeah. So I don't remember like him weighing and thing of gun. I think it was just he had like two large, like really kind of almost like World War II style machine guns.
Yeah,
like in both hands. It's
That's good. Weird Al's great. I haven't seen the movie yet, though. I should watch that. For as much as I loved Weird Al in my younger days, I should watch that movie.
Oh, I was wrong. It's the bow scene.
Oh yeah.
Also, which Weird Al movie? The Bio movie or the movie he had back in the
Yeah, the old one was
80s or late
UHF,
80s,
I
early
think,
90s?
yeah. No, UHF was great. But no, I was talking about the new one. The one with Daniel Radcliffe in it. Which is like, it is kind of a biopic, but did you say biopic or biopic? I don't know.
I think biopic is probably more correct. I could be wrong though.
Giftwick sounds pretty funny. Question is, would he have a slim fitting shirt? Or just giant hippo dad bod? Biopic. Okay. Not super happy with how this looks, but the concept is there.
which is good. I feel like I could have made him more. Maybe he needs sunglasses. Make it more matrixy.
I love his potato gun.
Just, yeah, little poppers.
A potato gun.
D&D version would be carrying a small ship cannon as a handgun. Probably, yeah. The whole idea of vicious mockery is hilarious because you're harming the enemies using a magic yo mama joke. Yeah, I do like that. Vicious mockery is really good, and I kind of like hellish rebuke that way as well too. It's like, or cutting words. Cutting words is the other one I was thinking of. Just like saying something so hurtful that it makes you not able to fight as well. It's just like, oh man, not cool. Mr. Anderson. Man, the first Matrix movie is great.
Never watched any of them.
That blows my mind.
Well, when they came out, I was not interested in that kind of thing, so.
Nobody makes it the first time.
I have all these quotes, and you're just not going to get them. Sad.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Like, it came out when I was in kindergarten.
Fair enough.
So.
Fair enough.
I'm a baby compared to you.
Yep. Fair. Alright, I think I'm about good on this one. I don't know what else to do with it. Because if I make it more monkey, like monk-ish, it's gonna not look like the Matrix. It's just gonna look like a Kung Fu Panda ripoff with guns. Which could be okay. Could be okay, could be awful. I should have given him the John Wick hair. Ugh. Nope. Take it back. Not doing that. All right, let's do something else here. Let's see if we can just buzz through a bunch of these this morning. 8. A drow wizard with curly white hair. He has the word title of Moon Lord. Okay. The Moon Lord drow wizard. You can do that. What color are we doing here? Green. Rune. Let me set this back up. What is the color? If I want to make a D&D character based on Hercules... Hercule Periot? I don't know who that is. Hercule...
You don't know who Perot is?
No.
The French Persiccone detective?
Oh!
Big mustache?
The guy from Pink Panther?
No.
Yeah, then I have no idea who you're talking about.
Oh, wow.
I watched The Matrix.
Murder on the Siberian Express? Or Murder on the Orient Express?
Nope. Nope. I watched The Pink Panther and I watched The Matrix. Those are the 2 movies I watched. I've seen. Yep, I have no idea. Is that the...
Yeah, well, yeah, Belgian.
Okay. It sounds familiar. It does sound familiar, but I couldn't place it.
We were literally making jokes about it with Druid's investigator character.
That could be why I didn't understand that character.
This is him from the
okay.
old the Christie show.
Okay, I've seen that guy before. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Pathfinder, go Investigator. or I guess I would honestly go Rogue, I think. Rogue or Paladin. You could go Paladin and just not be a like vengeful Paladin. Use your smites as like quippy remarks. I hit him with my cane and cast smite.
If you're going really want to play Hercule, I would probably recommend doing the for D&D. I would probably recommend the Inquisitive Rogue, or or even Mastermind.
Mastermind could be interesting.
Because he doesn't really like fight or anything. As far as I know, he doesn't even own a gun. He just has a cane.
Yeah, just all tactician and pointing at people for the cops.
Yep.
I still think the cane would be a good like combat maneuvers. I like that, which is like tripping people and stuff.
Because I know in one movie I saw, he sticks his cane in like a wall, and like he confronts the dude who stole a diamond or whatever. The dude runs. He knows what route the guy's going to take, and so where he put his cane, he basically clotheslines him without doing much of anything.
Classic Sherlock Holmes. I like it.
Yeah.
So
probably
nullifying the chase scene.
Yep. So probably like Inquisitive or Mastermind.
You could go Bard.
Yeah.
I think the Rogue would be better fit, but you could also go Bard and just use your inspiration as like, let me give you a heads up or a clue here. Inspiration. I think that's a fun idea. I'm not sure how I like the idea of drawing a drow with green. I finished up The Hobbit again last night. As I do.
You listen to it every week, so...
Yeah, I mean, like... I listen to it like 20 minutes at a time. And it's like a 12-hour book, so... But, Durin? Is that his name? What's his name? Thorin. Thorin's kind of a dick.
Like, kinda, he is.
Yeah, like, just... He's kind of like, he's snooty when he meets the elves and stuff, but like, man, at the end of the book, he just... the whole thing is like the greed of dwarves, right? Like, so...
Mm-hmm.
I get that. But like, man, it's always rough. Every time. It's like, wow, man. Not cool.
Way to be racist.
Yeah.
Elrond's literally just asking you, do you want to stay for dinner?
He grabs Bilbo and like shakes him and like throw him off the edge. It's like, whoa, hold on a minute. I love Gandalf. Kindly return him to me. Not harm my burglar. Word on the Oriental Express. Yeah. Death of the Nile, Hunt of the Venice. Yeah, I know of all of those and I've never watched them. I don't know why. I've probably seen every episode. I don't see you
being interested in cozy mysteries. So.
Yeah, I definitely need the. I really like Sherlock Holmes. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Sherlock Holmes. But...
Yeah, he's less. I mean, he's like intelligent like Sherlock Holmes, but he's more like, Jessica Fletcher.
I don't know who that is. So yeah, that makes sense.
Murder She Wrote.
Okay.
It's like, come on, Rick. You surely someone who had like antenna TV would know who. Have heard of Murder She Wrote.
I know Murder She Wrote, but like, I couldn't tell you the characters' names. I only remember Matlock's name because his name is on the title.
Ben Matlock. Yep. I don't know anybody else's name in that show. And I'm pretty sure I've seen all of them.
What was the guy's name from Diagnosis Murder?
Dick Van Dyke.
Well, that's the actor, but was that also his character's name in the show?
No.
Yeah. I don't remember names. I just don't remember names.
Did he even have a name? Was he just Doctor?
I don't know. I like to play a trivia game.
I mean, you'd win. Unless it was about science or strange facts about like cooking and biology, you would probably win. I'm bad at trivia. The only thing I'm worse at than names is like geography, because you have to remember the names of places. It's like, at least with people, I feel bad that I've forgotten your name. But with places, it's just like, oh, I don't care. That place over there.
The character's name was Dr. Sloan.
That's right. Okay.
That sounds
Familiar now. I really liked that show. Didn't remember the names. What kind of hair should we give this Moon Lord?
But they said curly white hair.
You're right.
I mean, I could be wrong. I vaguely remember hearing the term curly.
Yeah, I remember white, so I mean, is curly poofy or is curly wavy? Wavy is wavy. I need to get more Salvatore books.
Doesn't he just have that one series? Nothing else?
No, he did a few of them, I think. Wrote a lot for Wizards of the Coast. Maybe not. Started watching The Wheel of Time again. Second season definitely starts better than the first season.
I didn't realize it was getting a second season.
Yeah. The first season was not great.
I heard that was pretty consistent with most people, especially with people who've read the book.
Yeah. I hadn't read the book, but I had a few people tell me give me quick synopsises of the book and things that changed, and I was like, oh, that makes way more sense. But I think the show tried to be a little too ambitious and just got lost in the weeds.
Lost the plot a little bit.
Yeah. D&D trivia for you guys. What official D&D monster is based off Skeksis from Dark Crystal?
Hook horrors?
It could be. I would think hook horrors, yeah.
Or maybe a rock?
Yeah, Brock's a good one too. They definitely have that vulture look to them.
Yeah.
That's a good guess.
Friend?
I had the Varrock image in my head. I couldn't think of the name, and then you said hook horse. I'm like, oh, that's way better.
I'm thinking hook horrors because Skeksis don't fly.
The Nagpa. I've never heard of this creature. Please explain.
Googling.
If people would like to get copies of the Kobold Marching Band, let me know. I can mail you a print. Each one's going to be slightly different because I have to print out the line art on the nice paper, and then I trace over it with the white pen to make it look awesome. So.
Are they? Let's see. Yeah, they're definitely more Skeksis than a Hook Horror of Rock is.
I really like the Jim Henson sketches that the Dark Crystal had. And it's one of those weird situations where I actually like I like the sketch more than I like the puppet for the shoot.
Skeksis?
No, the little people.
All Gelflings?
Gelflings, yeah. Yeah, the sketches were really cool, and I think they struggled to try to like replicate it with the puppet. But like all the Skeksis and the other things were just they're so good. They're so good. They did such a good job. So, but then with the new thing that came out, I really like that too.
Prequel thing?
Yeah. I can't remember names. Just doesn't happen. Just doesn't happen. Are we playing tomorrow? Or are we taking tomorrow off?
It
Does not come up yet.
It's up to the rest of the people, so
Yeah.
you're left it open. If we wanted to play, we can play. He posted, I think, 4 quests
Okay. I'll
that
look
we
at
could
those.
pick from. So. But if not, probably just hang out. Because I mentioned I am totally down taking this Saturday off.
That's fine. Let's do that then. We played on Wednesday with Kevin the Necromancer, and I feel like my character is kind of driving the party. And so I basically started, I'm like, all right, the last episode we did was like super my character heavy, so I'm just gonna like back off this week and you guys can run the gauntlet. And then everything just kind of like tanked and stopped. Just stopped, and I was like, go get it. And people just kept asking me what I wanted to do. I'm like, guys, no, I want you guys to direct this whole thing. Like, have fun. I don't want to be the face this time. And it was a struggle.
Aren't you the investigator though?
Yeah, but like, it was at a point where we needed to make a decision that had nothing to do with my investigation. Like that's what, like, so the last episode we played was me trying to solve this puzzle, and now we have to basically go fight pirates. Like, we just have to do it. So it's like, cool, you guys figure out how you want to set that up, and then I will follow.
Crickets.
Yeah, and it was just crickets. It's like, man, ugh. Struggle with that a little bit. Sorry if you guys are hearing that. Someone outside blowing leaves around.
Yeah, even though the investigator is very much an intelligence class, they are basically the intelligence version of a face character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Easy to portray evil or monstrous characters with practical effects, though. Use veins, jewel, bulging eyes, and streaming mouths, twitching muscles. Yeah. The original sketches for the Gelflings look a lot more like the new characters they have. Kind of like the cave Gelflings, where their eyes are just like massive. I really like that. And I think the Gelflings that they used in the first movie looked a little bit too much like people, and so it felt a little like weird, uncanny, like this is strange. And they kept that. They kept that same aesthetic for the new Resist the Dark Crystal, whatever the hell it's called. And but since they added the cave ones, I'm happy with that because I really think that's more true to Jim Henson's original sketches. Moon Wizard. I did not get much sleep last night. Could not sleep. Don't know why. But man, my brain is just like broken on memes today. I want drapery is what I want. I want drapery. I want to just like go around.
Drapery.
Bring me a drapery. Wait, what? 4 shade curtains. Preferably blackout blinds.
I hate those, personally.
I'm starting to not like them as much.
I do not like having my room dark. I need like light coming in from the windows.
Yeah. Box. I could. Surrounded by Ioun stones. Yeah, I was trying to get like floating moon imagery. I don't know if that's actually coming through. Can someone tell me about Saloon? What do people know about Saloon?
Gods of the moon,
Yeah, tell me more.
sailors, travelers, twin sister to Shar.
Okay, so that's what I'm getting in Baldur's Gate. I accidentally picked a Saloon deity for my cleric. And I know nothing about these people. I don't know why I don't. Probably because I always pick knowledge domains.
Yeah, so Saloon. See here. Her and Shar are one of the oldest pair of gods in the Forgotten Realms. And like Saloon also created the sun.
Okay.
Yep. She took a moon that was floating around, chucked it through the elemental plane of fire, and created the sun.
Well, that's not how anything works, but okay.
In fantasy worlds, it does.
Yes,
It's Stop with your science and physics, Rook. It doesn't matter.
All celestial bodies are attached to giant tortoises.
Exactly. And Shar didn't like that. Shar wanted to keep everything nice, cold, and dark, and empty, and for all the people. And
Saluna?
so they started fight. No, Shar, her sister.
Sorry, no. John typed Saluna. That's the way it's pronounced.
Oh.
Which I have not heard that. But I guess Luna.
I think both ways are okay, because I've definitely heard people say saloon, salune. It. So they started feuding, and not Shar, but Saloon like hurled a bolt of energy through Shar, which created Mistra, the goddess of magic.
So these are like
Who later
prime
on gets
deities.
murked.
Yeah. So what's Shar the god of?
Is goddess of like darkness and night.
Ah, okay.
Like a lot of like the negative associations that people have with darkness. And like Salune is like the goddess of like the moon, so like represents like good aspects of night.
Light, essentially. Light and darkness. That makes sense. Better than throwing your dong in the water, making gods. That's what I always say.
More common than you think.
My light shall know my blessing. Turn to the moon, and I will be your true guide. Nice. Mood changes with the lunar phases. Ah.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised like how much Saloon and Shar are playing a part in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like I get one of the companions and people you could just straight up play as in character creation is a cleric.
It gets real complicated later on.
I mean, I know Shadowheart's story, so
Real complicated.
I don't know how much you know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm being vague.
She's dead.
Well,
I killed her in my guess.
sad.
On accident. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to replay it with her in my party.
Yeah. She has a really interesting storyline, actually, and it's.
All right, I'm gonna roll.
I was kind of
again.
surprised.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. Seems like a lot of people were very happy to like started off not liking people and eventually came around.
Growing to like them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is good. Like that's how I think character growth feels good. So. All right.
Except for Lae'zel. Everyone still hates Lae'zel.
I like Lizelle. I think she's great. 13. Oh my goodness, cat. What? Yeah? What's going on? It's 12:30. You don't get any food.
Wanna go outside? Let me go take care of this cat real quick, everybody. Hang tight. I'm gonna go. Well, I rolled a 13, which is gonna be the beefy big brawler barbarian rhino Luxodon boy. Rhino Luxodon boy. Ooh, I think we're gonna draw a tiny rhino. Beefy tiny rhino. We'll talk about that when I get back here in a second. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Be right back.
Okay. We are back. How goes the drawing of Aslan Star Mariners? And whoa. Elliot, is this the character's name? We done did the thing. We're drawing a rhino. We're drawing a rhino man now. Let's see how that goes. What color are we doing? Purple? Hell yeah. Finally, the purple has shown up. I like drawing with purple. It's good. Those are Traveler references? Okay. Aslan Star Marines. Aslan's the lion from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, right? Who was the witch? Which one was the witch? I mean, I guess the evil antagonist. Was that the same evil witch for the whole series? Or is that just one book in this series? The White Witch. Oh, okay. Snow lady that turns people into stone. Okay. Would you like me an ice witch? Okay. Beefy Rhino Luxodon boy. All the scars, all the scary. The real question now is, do you want a Luxodon that is also a rhino? What cool shape can we get for this bad boy? Rhinos have really weird shaped heads. What's up, Skip Cat? They got fed early today, so they're spoiled a little bit. That sounds also the name of the feline race in Traveler. Oh, okay. Is Traveler a book or a game series? I don't know if I know Traveler. We're learning that I don't know a lot about a lot of things today, which is always good. I mean, it's not good to not know things, but it's good that I can still learn stuff. For Aslan. Love that derpy bear. Funny. I don't know if that posture is right. Like, that would be good for charging. But not if you're a big, strong boy. Kind of want to go the other way. Good Scoop Cat? He just looked at me like, how dare you, and then walked away. I don't know what that was about. Traveler, for a long time, was the second most popular RPG, and closest we got to D&D generic for sci-fi. Oh, cool. Okay. I'm excited that Starfinder's coming to 2nd edition. I never really got to play Starfinder, but you know, space monsters, that's great. Except for those weird flying monkey people. I'm not okay with them. You're either a flying squirrel or you're like a gibbon. Like, choose one. Just pick one. Don't be both. White Witch and the Lord of the Witch or blah 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 was named Jadis. She appeared in a couple of the books in different guises. White Witch was her top of her power. Okay. Watch you draw my Warforged suggestion. Great work. Thank you, Cosmic. I'm glad you like it. Should we do real derp? Real derp or real stoic? I kind of want to do a blue skittle face. A face on top of the face. They had a life path system that randomly decided your character's history before you started to play. In early editions, it was famous for the possibility of people dying in character creation. Okay. That, to me, seems like that might be an issue. David, welcome in, by the way. She's immortal, but also cursed because she stole an apple from the Tree of Life. That seems like not a bad curse to me. Oh, John tipping for the frogs. Ripley Bard playing the hurdy-gurdy. Alright, we can do that real quick. Take a pause on the rhino. Go over to green. What do hurdy-gurdies look like? Let me think about this. Because a hurdy-gurdy is not a...
Organ grinder.
I mean, it's not, right? Like, it's not an organ grinder? No. Okay. They are... If I remember right, they have a wheel. They do have a wheel.
Yep.
But then they look
Pulling
like...
you up a picture.
Praise Mayonnaise. We haven't drawn Mayonnaise in a while, now that I think about it. I guess we haven't been on Twitch.
Here's you a hurdy-gurdy.
Am I close? Yeah. Not far off. Name him NV, as his designation was the Envoy unit. Oh, no, the Warforged, okay. Scrubbed out of these. Nice, okay. I like the idea that he, like, cranks the hurdy-gurdy with his tongue. I don't know how I'm going to draw that, but I like that idea. Well, it weirds me out that it's got keyboard keys.
How else are you going to play it?
I was thinking you'd play it like a... I mean, at the end of the day, it's a string instrument. It's a string instrument with keys. So I kind of assumed you would, like, put your fingers on it like an auto harp.
Oh, no.
Because a hurdy-gurdy, is it not like an auto harp at all?
No.
Oh my. I misunderstood how these work then.
So the wheel turns. The wheel has, like, a resin on it. So,
Yep.
like... So as it turns, it hits the... It plays against the strings, which have a bit of cotton or wool on them. So you have like 3 strings that you actually play with the keys, and then you have like 4 strings that are just droning.
Okay.
That you can turn on or off.
So the auto harp I thought was the same way, but doesn't have the drums. Is that not the case? Does nobody know what an auto harp is? Did I make that up?
I know what an auto harp is.
Okay.
When was the last time you saw an auto harp?
I might have been 10. So maybe I don't know what an auto harp is.
Wait a second. This is an auto harp.
Yeah, okay. Does not have a wheel at all. Got it.
Auto harp is like
Auto
maybe
harp.
1800s.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I misunderstood.
Hurdy-gurdy, like medieval.
I had a hurdy-gurdy and an auto harp mashed together in my brain. And then when people said hurdy-gurdies, I thought they were just bigger auto harps.
Mm-mm. It looks. Oh, it's actually a. Oh, I did
Look
not
like
realize
zithers.
this.
Maybe I'm thinking of a zither.
Yeah,
What does a zither look like?
like an auto harp without the weird panel on it.
The tone panel?
Yeah.
I've seen
So-
people play one. They crank it with their offhand to play the keys to their primary. Yeah, okay, I've seen that. I was trying to make a funny, like it was common here for people to request GURPS. White Wolf and Mongoose RPG characters here. I mean, it happens. You could do that if you wanted, Elliot. I would just have to look it up.
Yeah, so.
It was bad
a
curse because...
copyrighted.
Oh, sorry. So go ahead, finish that thought.
No, finish reading.
It was a bad curse because she was obsessed with power and she became immortal but incapable of growth, forced her to watch her power fade away. Ooh, okay. Interesting. That is kind of a weird curse. I was going to say, becoming immortal seems like not a bad curse, but...
Unless you don't get eternal youth with
Yeah.
it.
At the end of times, the only thing that remains are gods and immortals.
Yeah, so apparently auto harp was once a trademark instrument. Like, you could not use, like, no one else could make it or use the term auto harp for anything else.
Gotcha.
Except for this company who made them.
Okay.
So yeah, they
They're just all zithers.
late 1800s is when they came about. So, and they're classified as a board zither.
Makes sense to me. I don't know why he's using his tongue. Like, his other arm is right here. Maybe he got his tongue wrapped in it. Maybe that's what happened.
Oh,
Whack! Just like...
yeah. Like, think of a hurdy-gurdy more of like a violin than anything.
Yeah, I guess I always thought of it more like a crank, like a crank organ. I've seen people play it and I've heard them, and I've played it on what is it, Sea of Thieves. I get to play with them, but I always kind of assumed it was just like a cranked piano, because at the end of the day, pianos are also string instruments. It's really strange.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it's like officially classified as a bowed stringed instrument because the wheel is a bow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is cool.
So,
How to draw a frog. Draw a very chody penis. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube.
I don't think you can.
No. Fuck it. Don't look that up. If you don't know what that means, don't look it up. Draw a mushroom. Draw a mushroom, give it legs.
Draw a bell end. That might be only a reference for UK members, so
I got it.
okay.
We'll give him a little hat too. But I'm purposefully making him naked. He could wear clothes, and he chooses not to. And that's how his tongue got stuck in the hurdy-gurdy. What's a reference for UK members? I missed that. It's fine. Talking about bell peppers.
Yep. We are 5-year-olds.
Looking pants. Why not? All right, there's the frog. Rook's educational hour is always enlightening. Yeah, fair enough.
Debatable. At least debatable whenever I'm around.
Alright, we'll go over here. Thank you, John. I do appreciate that. Appreciate the tip. I appreciate the frog draw.
But I will say the best instrument for any bard is a theremin.
I'm a big theremin's impossible, but that's fine. I don't want to gloss that over. Would it be a magical theremin? Or like, are you assuming they have electricity? Am I thinking of the right thing?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
It is sometimes classified as the first electrical instrument. I mean, I've thought of ways of doing it, like having a crystal in the box that's attuned to the plane of air that gives off electrical charges.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like, I could suspend my disbelief for it. Like, I'm not gonna oh, where's it plugged in at, you know?
In Pathfinder, they're just straight up from Earth.
Oh, that's funny.
Because there's an adventure path
Yeah.
in first edition where they go to Earth. And because Rasputin is involved, and because, of course, Rasputin's not from Earth, but
Oh
from
my god, that means
Pathfinder unit.
Somewhere in Pathfinder you could find a campaign to punch Hitler.
Theoretically, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think they like walk through an elven gate, and like they show up in Earth and they rescue Anastasia.
Okay.
Hence why she's not dead, and turns out she's also a descendant of Baba Yaga, and Rasputin is her son.
Oh, gross.
And so, because she is from a world that has no magic, like obviously our world doesn't have magic, she like brought back like technology, like early electronics
Cool.
and radio.
Did you ever watch The Adventure Zone with the McElroys?
No.
Um,
Is that the one with Taco in it?
it is, yeah, and that's where I was getting
Okay,
at.
I just know of Taco. That's
Taco
all
from
I
TV.
know from fan art.
Yeah, Taco from TV. The Flip Wizard. Because he had the highest dex, and he was the wizard. So he was the Flip Wizard. Yeah, he spends the whole campaign trying to learn how to make tacos. But, like, by talking to someone from our reality. It's really funny.
That's funny.
It's really funny. But, yeah, that's kind of fun stuff. That's fun stuff you can do. I'm going to have to tell Kevin about that, because he played a character named Kevon that was essentially just him, and he got sucked into our world, or the D&D world, from our world.
Kevon.
Yeah, I'm Kevon, and he was a what was he? He was an artificer, and so all of his stuff was just like schematics, and like we gave him a HUD, so whenever he went, this was all flavorful, but he basically just like whipped out his cell phone and like looked for schematics on his phone to build stuff.
That's funny.
And use spells. He had a lot of fun with that character.
If I remember correctly, Anastasia is still alive in Pathfinder Universe, like in the current timeline, and is ruling. Basically, Baba Yaga decided to put her on the throne of her kingdom that she kind of just owns. To the chagrin of all her other Ice Witch daughters.
I thought Baba Yaga was a type.
Is it a specific person
No.
in Pathfinder?
She is a specific person in Pathfinder and in IRL folklore.
Oh, okay.
She is not a category of witches, but like.
I guess the same argument would be like, is the boogeyman a specific entity or just a type of creature? That's kind of my same thought. So.
Yeah. There are like different names for her, like depending on like what Eastern European country you're in.
Yeah.
But they're all the same like character.
So is she like a fae queen or a human that became something?
She is.
Maybe, I guess I don't understand.
There has to probably be more of like a nature deity.
Okay. With a chicken house, right?
Yep. That a lot of stuff kind of gets morphed over long periods of history, but it's believed like her earliest form was she was like a type of kind of scary, sometimes benevolent nature deity that maybe not want to run into the woods. Woods.
I think that's fair, right? Like, anytime there is whether or not it's a benevolent deity, you usually just don't want to run.
Yep. But yeah, like the chicken house is a consistent trait. Weirdly.
Hey, I mean, dragons are all over the world, you know, so
yep,
something's got to be real at some point in time.
Yeah, David Drow, like probably has like kind of the OG hag archetype as well. So
I don't know how bulky to make this guy. Should I draw more chest muscles? He seems pretty beefy right now.
I feel like we should beef up his snoot.
How so?
I don't know, like
bigger
the
horn?
jaw.
Or you want like
a bit thin.
Okay.
I know. I guess it's because I'm so like when I see rhino people, they have pretty like stout muzzles. I don't know.
Yeah, rhinos do have the like kind of the bigger. They got lips.
Yep. They have prehensile lips. Yeah.
That feels too big.
It's like Giga Chad.
Yeah.
Chin.
Giga Chad it.
Right now.
I should draw with reference. Draw with reference, people. Like, it's smart. It's a good thing to do.
I guess that's a kind of fun. Tank horses.
So funny. It's a unicorn.
No Pliny the Elder. It's just a rhino.
You dumb bitch! It's just a rhino. It's just like whoa, whoa. What the hell? I realized what you said, but that's what I heard, and I was like, what? Like that got aggressive real fast.
That is totally how you should take that. I mean, the dude who said it, which would have been Pliny the Elder, who was kind of an idiot some days, said that elephants worship the moon, and people believed that for so long that some people on the internet still say that elephants worship a moon.
I mean, maybe
nope.
Maybe it turns them on. You don't know.
I mean, maybe, but I feel like that's less about worshiping.
I mean, I guess we need to define what a worshiping is, right? Like,
yeah.
Do they get in circles and like spin around and trumpet at it, or do they paint pictures of it? That looks so much better. Thank you for the reference. Also, flatheads.
Like, the only real like human-like emotion I can really ever attribute to elephants is grieving and mourning, because they will visit graveyards.
Sure. I mean, when they get mad, they throw tantrums, which is funny.
That's all animals.
Like,
Look at your cats.
oh yeah. Like when millennials start pissing off elephants, and the elephants, like, you can see that moment of them like, I've had enough of this. It's like, oh, fucked up, here we go, and then someone gets flung. so I can definitely read that from elephants.
But look, it's not just a millennial thing. I feel like there's just idiots in general throughout history pissing off an elephant.
Yeah, but we get to see it more now because people record themselves being idiots around elephants.
Oh, yeah.
And then the elephants are just like, I'm gonna grab you and you go over there.
Yep.
They get tossed. Let's see. Supposed to have lots of scars here, so we might just keep doing that.
Oh yeah, I never really finished my spiel about the theremin. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
so
good.
theremins are in Pathfinder, but they're called spirit boxes.
Were theremins designed as musical instruments, or were they designed for pseudoscience and then got used as instruments?
Maybe both. I think originally they were maybe an instrument.
I think I told you about one of my classmates in college built an interactive room where you'd walk in the dark and you'd have to navigate it using sound, because she put up like 6 or 7 theremins in the room. So she tried to build like she built a maze with sound. The only problem was that it was supposed to be that when you walked in the room and you started hearing like a, you were like, oh, that's a wall, and so you try to navigate through. But they all started interacting with each other, and the whole room was just a cacophony of awful. And so you started walking through like a maze of tone instead of a maze of noise. But it's a really cool idea. Just not great on the ears.
Yep. Especially with something like a theremin, which can get really rough.
Yeah.
I watched a thing on like how they play them, and it was you have to like tune it to the room you're in.
Yeah.
Because it's all about censoring, so you gotta like make sure it's really tied in.
Yeah, so it's like using a green screen filter on your camera. Like, it works until you move the camera, and then it's like, well, now I gotta recalibrate everything.
So
some of them are pretty chill.
theremins were invented by Leon Theremin. Okay.
I think you can build one pretty easily with like a radio.
Yeah.
They're not super complicated.
And 1928, not 21.
All right, I think that is.
Yeah, it looks like it was just meant to be an instrument.
Okay, good. I would not be surprised, though. I mean, like, them calling it a spirit box, it's like, yep, that's the jump. That's the jump people took instantly.
Oh, yeah.
He's controlling it with his
and
mind.
the reasoning why is when you like switch it on with whatever powers it, which probably in Pathfinder is probably just some sort of alchemical crystal thing. If a ghost passes near it, it will go off. So like you could use it to track down a ghost or see if a house is haunted.
Ashley Brown says
think
the
that's
theremin
interesting.
was a pocket of the Soviet government-sponsored research into proximity sensors. The instrument was invented in October 1919. Russian physicist Lev Sergeyevich Terman. Sergeyevich? Terman? Known in the West as Leo Theremin. Interesting. Sergeyevich. I'm always like Baba Yaga. I've always liked Baba Yaga. She always seems like more of an eccentric grandmother than a monster to me. Yeah, I think that's the thing with hags, right? Like, hags they're just powerful creatures. I don't really think they're malicious, per se. But I think the fact that they are so powerful is kind of the bad thing. Because people go to them, like, as a last resort. And then they never... Maybe malicious is the right word. Like,
Yeah, at least in game settings, they generally like feed on the misery that they cause.
yeah. I always
And
looked at
as,
them
like,
as kind of like...
Go ahead.
I always looked at it as more of like, kind of like the genie or the monkey paw kind of thing. Where it's just like, yeah, I'll give you exactly what you want. That's totally fine. But like, there's going to be a consequence. And it's going to be really funny to me. So, but they do help you. And so it's like, it's weird. It's a weird way to look at it.
Yeah.
Is what you want worth
Like,
the cost?
in a lot of the Baba Yaga stories, she generally is helpful. With like caveats. But like
I want
in
your
both
children.
like Pathfinder and in D&D, hags are generally just really nasty things that just want to cause people misery, and they do it like they could either do like through short-term means, or preferably like long-term things that just cause the misery to spread out.
Just that's an interesting way to think about it. Yeah. Like, I will fix this problem, but I'm going to give you so many problems that it's not going to be worth it. Maybe that's how balance works. Like, maybe they just have to be balanced. Living embodiment of malicious compliance. Yeah, okay. Also child stealing. See, are they stealing the children if you give them to them? That's the question. Got a Rumpelstiltskin thing going on here.
Well, there's also just a straight child eating.
Maybe children are delicious. We don't know. You know? I was going to
eat a
make...
piglet.
I was going to make
same context.
eat a piglet. I was going to make a bad, like, California lizard people joke, but I refrained. So.
And that... I don't say it's too real, but it's too...
Too topical?
Yes. Yes. That is the term I was looking for.
Alright. I think I'm done with this bad boy. I'm pretty happy with this one, though. They do worship the goddess of miscarriages. Yeah, do they worship? What's her name? Lamashtu? No, she's the goddess of monstrous births.
Yep. She would not want
Yeah.
miscarriages. At least the Pathfinder version does not. Gaiona? The hag goddess? Sounds a bit too much like gonorrhea to me.
Okay, what are we drawing next? What's the next question? What time is it? It's 1 o'clock. We got time. We got 14 left. This is gonna be good. I mean, humans eat veal, so that's true. I mean, yeah.
Villa still has some controversy about it. So
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about because I'm like, veal's tasty, but like, I don't know if it's worth its taste. Like, because yeah, when you legitimately think about it, you're like, oh, that is kind of weird. It's kind of weird and fucked up. But murder is kind of weird and fucked up. So like, a noble turtle sorceress, okay, turtle sorceress, based on a snake-necked turtle, like the Medina Expansa. Okay, I assume that's the turtle, with a neck spiral jewelry like those on the Canyon people. Is that supposed to be like from Kenya, or is Canyon, Cayan, a different place? How do you spell Kenya? Have I just never seen that word written before?
I'm picturing it in my head, but I can't spell it.
Yeah, I'll look that up. This one's gonna make me type some stuff. Hold on a second.
Neck turtle. Okay. It's the turtle from Amazing
Okay.
World of Gumball, whatever it's called.
And the Canyon neck rings are just neck rings from Myanmar. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Canyon.
I wasn't sure if. Yeah, I thought that was going to be the case.
Kenyan people are from Kenya. Got it. Thank you.
They're like the copper rings.
Eggs are unfertilized ovum, and every fruit is a swollen, sugar-filled ovary of a plant. Think about it too much. Nothing we eat is normal. Yeah, you can think about anything to being really weird. So, yeah. I think cheese is the worst. Cheese is one of the worst. Because, like, honey being bee barf, I can still... It's like, okay, that's one thing. But, like... Yeah, cheese is the worst.
I think it's believed that was... Of course, it first started out like cheese gone... Like, milk gone bad. But then people realized they could replicate that and make it edible to, like, lengthen the shelf life of cheese.
Yeah, like, what was
dairy
the...
products.
Yeah, like, the saddlebag butter. Saddle butter? You know what I'm talking about? Like, you take milk, put it in a bag, ride your horse all day. It makes butter and cheese in it. Like, it makes butter, and then you can make the cheese out of the other stuff. Like, there's a lot of weird ways for people to discover stuff. That all comes down from, I'm gonna drink that moo juice. Yep, that's going in my mouth.
Well, I think the way they probably figured that out is probably if they were using, like, I don't know, a wine skin or whatever type of thing from an animal, and the rennet within the animal curdled the milk.
Yeah.
So, but if I remember correctly, they found, like, really old vessels that basically means cheese has been part of the human diet in certain parts of the world for a long ass time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh god, it's one of those creepy long turtlenecks. Okay, here we go.
Yep. Hence
what
the name
color?
Snake Neck.
Green. Snake neck with neck rings. That's a cool visual. I like that. I like this character, but it's gonna be a pain. Mostly because I have to figure out, like, do I do like these? Or do I do like these? I guess if they have the neck rings, this probably should be long. Yeah, turtles are hard. Turtles are hard to draw. You want to do, like, I want to do a bean for the shell because they're standing up. Yeah, so sorry. That's an artistic term. When you're drawing people, you can draw boxes for, like, bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Or alternatively, you can do the bean method. So then you have the chest and the hips. So those are two different thought processes. So with the turtle, I'm going to do the bean, because I don't want it to just be like turtle shell, you know? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Because then you just have a turtle. So, it's kind of this vibe. Oh, no.
Oh yeah, that is definitely like a, that may have been a soft-shelled turtle, but still terrifying.
People figured out how to eat weird things because food was not as readily available back then. Back like how it is due to necessity, not people being weird. Fair. I mean, like, what's a good weird one? Sea urchins. That just seems like something maybe you just don't fuck with. And then someone's like, what if I rip it open? Maybe good on the inside? Clams, same thing. Who decided to eat a clam? Somebody did.
Probably literally one of our earliest ancestors probably did.
It's like, why is the ground bubbling here? Nom, 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 nom. Next time I'll take it out of the shell.
Because like, they definitely have found like clam warrens, which where you throw discarded seashell and just like
weird food is food
super
not
high.
native to your home territory. That's fair too.
Also, you have to make this fancy because they're a noble.
Dang it. Nothing about this is going to be easy. Cook Gordon Ramsay got bit by a puffin? What? And then later grilled some puffin? Okay. That's fair too, yeah. Maybe you just get pissed off. A crab pinches you and you're like, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna cook your entire species.
What New Yorkers need to do with their pigeons.
Right? That's what I think. I think we could solve a lot of homeless problems if we just let people eat pigeons. Pigeons and seagulls. Pigeons, seagulls, and rats. It's like, you know what? Go for it.
I don't know if I would want to eat a seagull. Just the waxy feathers and stuff like that.
You don't eat the
Doesn't
feathers.
seem... I know, but that stuff permeates into the skin and meat.
Yeah, maybe. All I'm saying is maybe we stop trying to like pre-package stuff and give that to people who are struggling, and we just give them like access to kitchens. And nope, I'm gonna stop talking because this theoretical joke could be taken way out of context. Because the next step is that would fix a lot of the
Yep.
Yep. That can be taken a lot of wrong ways. Ways. I was thinking specifically of rats and pigeons, but like there's a lot of things you could eat.
Quickly remove the foot from your mouth.
Yep. I will remove that foot. Let's just let the food kitchens do their jobs. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I remember in the not Christmas story, the Christmas Carol, they talk about how they would the bakers would leave their ovens like still heated on a Sunday to let people who didn't have a lot of money to come in and to use them. Obviously, they would pay them, but it would be like a reduced cost, like nowhere near as much as they would need like to have an oven or something like that, or buy a pre-cooked
Soylent Crook. Yeah, I like that idea. I really like that idea, but like there's the logistic problem. Like, if I ever get to the point in my life when I have more money than I need, which is not close at all, I think it'd be really cool to set up things like that, like maybe not a homeless shelter, but like just places for people to be able to cook. Like, I feel like the people don't have access to that. That being said, I have seen more people than I would care to admit destroy pans, so maybe it would drive me crazy.
but yeah. Unfortunately, in America, like the cheapest food is usually the worst food for you.
Yep.
So I think it'd be a lot cooler if people could donate food to a kitchen where people can just come and cook and figure their own shit out.
My very quick hot take is let people help people. Stop making it illegal, people. Texas.
There's two sides of that as I've worked in food for a while. And it all comes down to greed for the most part. But like it's one thing to say, hey, we have extra food, I want to give this away. And the two sides of that is, in most situations, it's fine. And in very few situations, if the food, let's say food go bad on X day, right? So all the way up to this point, the store wants to sell it. And then after this point, it's not good for human consumption. The problem is stores want to just do this as much as possible. And that's why a lot of like the sell by dates, really they're foremost freshness. And so the stores have a policy of when we hit here, we get rid of it. And it's like, then this time frame before it actually spoils, we should be able to give it away to people. Like, but if you argue that, then the stores just keep pushing this date. They're like, oh, well, if it's still good to give to people, why aren't we selling it? And it's like, ooh, it's this whole clusterfuck of thing. And restaurants are a little easier because it's like, this is only going to be good for a day. Come get it right now, or it goes in the trash. But then you have to look at local city laws about whether or not they're stopping it because they don't want a homeless population to be able to do that, or because it's stopping people from like giving away bad chicken. Once again, because if it's not good for a restaurant, why isn't the restaurant selling it? So there's a whole bunch of muddled
not
shit,
at all
but...
what I was discussing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Those are the things I've dealt with personally in my life, which sucks because it's like...
So a common thing for homeless shelters and other organizations who help people who don't have homes is to give out hot meals in a park.
Oh, I know. Okay.
There are places where that is illegal, where you will be fined a hefty, about $5,000 fine or more for doing that.
And that is because
cruel.
It is cruel. I agree. That is because the city specifically doesn't want to foster an environment for it, which is, I think, cruel. It's like, that's stupid.
Yep.
That's what I would call like a blind eye, right? They're like, oh, well, we don't want to have that, so we're just gonna get rid of it. It's like, those people are still homeless. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, okay, cool. I'd fight
One
that.
of the
Sounds
places
like bad faith law.
Go ahead.
That was it. John said I'd fight that. It sounds like a bad faith law. There's a couple of them in Texas and I think Chicago where people have been fighting that because basically people will go out there, and not just food banks, but local businesses and stuff will set up like a potluck, and then I think Texas was specifically saying like, you can't legally give food to people. They have a really weird loophole in it, so that like a company can't do it, but you can if it's a picnic. And it's, once again, it's one of those things where it's like, there's probably a food safety reason that the law was initially input, but then the law is now enforced to not foster homeless people, and it's like, that sucks. Be unhoused. I'm sorry if that's. I'm not sure.
It's not just Texas. I've heard of laws like that, and it's really probably more of a local ordinance. But it's, for instance, like Philadelphia made it where they did not want homeless people to congregate in parks, so they set up like spiked things on the ground so they wouldn't be sleeping.
Yeah, so you can't put a tent up
on benches and stuff like that. And it's like, it's
cruel.
Yeah.
There is like Seattle here is getting not great. Like there is a very large group. Large groups. Like some of our streets are getting like overflowed and overcrowded. And like Portland's really bad and California's really, really, really bad. And so it's like
there obviously needs to be something to do, but it's not a simple solution regardless. And so to me, it's a lot more of like, do we need to be enforcing these laws? Like, are you doing it as a punishment, or are you doing it to protect people, or are you doing it to protect property, right? Like, so it's like,
Yeah.
And each time that those things are enacted, because like I said, like a company shouldn't be able to just show up somewhere and start giving away food. Well, I mean, they can. I honestly don't care, but like when I say they shouldn't, from a city standpoint, it's like, what's the purpose? Why are they doing this? Are they just being nice to people, or are they actually like, is this advertising? So all of a sudden McDonald's can just start giving away Big Macs? Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into that is completely separate from the unhoused homeless population thing. So, so like the rules are kind of there, and like it all needs to be looked at on like a turn by turn basis.
Yeah.
But do you have the right permitting? Is this a picnic? Is it a gathering? What's going on?
Yeah.
And then if people are just enforcing it to be assholes, then that's its own thing. I have no problem with a city wanting to make sure that the person's selling There's a guy down the street from my house that every weekend sells chicken. He just grills chicken on the side of the road, and I assume he has like a food safety permit and stuff. But like, I don't know that. I have no way of knowing that. So I just saw a video.
Are you gonna risk it for the wing?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it might be really good. You just saw a video on Seattle. You may want to consider moving. Yeah, no, I don't know. I like the Seattle area, but at the same time, like, I don't go downtown. I just don't go downtown. I went out with one of my friends, got an Airbnb on one of the islands in the Sound, and so like he lives out of state pretty much, and so I was like, oh yeah, cool, we'll come visit you for a day. And we went up there, and like the person that owned the Airbnb, when I told him I lived in Seattle, he's like, I used to live there, and then, well, you know. And he just stared at me, and I was like, gotcha. Yep. I just noped out as fast as I could. It's like, jeez. I could tell he was like, I want to say some things, but I'm not going to say some things. And I'm like, I know what you were going to say, and I don't want to hear it. So we're good. We're going to pretend that we're going to.
We don't know each other.
We don't, yep. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Walking away. So, yeah. Ooh. The world is a vampire.
The world is a vampire.
That's from the Smashing Pumpkins reference from Wednesday.
I mean, not terribly far off from what the Essex used to think the world was.
What did they think it was?
So in the creation myth, or one creation myth of the Aztec people, these four gods created the world from this like eldritch abomination, like multi-mouthed crocodile being called Sepakli, and they just formed it. And so like, as an agreement with it to keep it from eating people and the rites of things they create, they'll give it like some blood sacrifices.
Okay.
Like, oh, it's an eldritch abomination. The world is great. How about this nice turtle? Moving it back to the art.
Yeah.
Also true. Ugh. Remembered how the doors were made. Ugh, gross.
Ymir isn't that different in Norse mythology. Yeah. Have you thought about leaving King County? Paul was nice. I used to live in Birmingham. Yes. Actually, we have talked about that. The problem is, like, the housing market here is bananas. Like, it is bananas. So, even if we sold our house, I would not be able to buy a new one without adding like an hour to Jump Rope's commute. So that's not a good thing. So we're kind of stuck. One of these days I'll move to Montana or something. But first I need 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and I don't know, $1 million.
Look, everyone share this with 20 of their friends.
Yeah, everybody share this with 20 of your friends. Go share the kobolds. Buy my stickers.
Yep.
Sign up for the Patreon. At 5,000 Patreon subscribers, I will move out of state or upstate.
Buy a commission.
New commission prices, $5,000 a piece. We're gonna buy that llama farm, damn it.
Oh, now it's a llama farm instead of a tree farm?
It's supposed to be an alpaca farm that was also a tree farm, but fund Rook's art commune, yeah. You watched a BTS Doors documentary? I haven't. I don't know what that is. I know those words, but I don't know them put together. We live in
you definitely wouldn't want to have alpacas, not llamas.
Yeah, I agree.
Llamas are huge.
Llamas are huge and kind of assholes.
Yeah, they're camels. So
yeah. Camels that like to bite each other's testicles. So I'm good.
I mean, it's not just them. I know that is a common thing among other herbivores.
How dare you?
Yeah, like llamas are huge. Alpacas are actually quite a bit smaller, which always confused me.
Llamas.
I thought they were the bigger ones.
Alpacas are like Persian cats.
Yep.
You completely shave an alpaca. They look like a noodle monster. Like, what happened? I have no poof now. Rent your house, then rent in Birmingham so you can sell the property. Difference is rent is coming in from Seattle. Should exceed rent in Birmingham. Maybe. But once again, then that also adds an hour. to trip. So I would have to I'd have to basically be able to support everything myself.
A cavalier with a llama mount.
Yep. Bite attack. Non-stop all the time.
Spit attack. Just spits in people's eyes, makes them sick. A llama.
He's supposed to be dead.
For my favorite camel, the Bactrians, the two-humped ones. They're pretty cool. They're less gangly looking and more like built like a tank.
Sure.
Because they live in like the Gobi Desert, so it's like equally hot and equally frigid at the same time.
I was watching God, I don't remember what it was. It was a YouTube short. And somebody was saying like lions can't even survive in like the harshest of environments. Like all of their animals except humans are just stupid, and they're like, lions live in the desert. That's the harshest environment that there is. Like what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, that's a good point. So many weird arguments like that. I do like that humans can adapt to stuff. And clothes is nice. And I'm real glad I don't have to catch my food with my teeth.
Anymore.
All major decisions involve weighing benefits and liabilities. If life in Seattle becomes overwhelming, we don't have a choice. Yeah, and I mean, like, I appreciate you looking after me, but yeah, that's something we take into account. One of these days, I might move to, I don't know, nowhere. But currently, not possible. Not possible right now.
Move to Kentucky, like people are building houses here all the time for super cheap.
Yeah.
Like huge, like log cabin mansions,
How cheap is
which
cheap?
I hate.
Cabin mansion sounds pretty good.
It's ugh. Yeah, I do not like. For the longest time, that was the only thing you ever saw being built around here was like log houses. I'm just like,
I love the log house aesthetic.
you would.
Yeah, I grew up in like in southern Idaho, and so like driving 2 or 3 hours to northern Idaho, like that's nice.
It's like, ooh, cabins are nice. I've never had to live in one, but like it's an aesthetic that I'm familiar with and I like. Like it's fine.
I have a couple friends and like family members that have built their own cabins.
Like my dad has built like several like really built several really large houses around here. No, the people who own them and live in them don't even live here. They come here like in the summertime or winter months.
I was lucky enough to find this house when mortgage rates were good. So like that's the worst part is like even if I sold this house and tried to buy a new one, basically can't, because I wouldn't be able to find a mortgage rate low enough that would allow me to capitalize on that, and I would just be losing money. So I'm kind of trapped here.
You said living in mountain regions. I like mountains. Mountains are great. I think I'm a mountain person.
If I can find a mountain with a lake, that'd be great. I just need that Wi-Fi and my Amazon deliveries. That is the other nice thing about living in the greater Seattle area is like next day delivery, please. Oh, what that? It's free? Nice. It's always free because it would cost more money to
wait. Sounds like a lot of town. I've been to nowhere. I have family in the Great Falls area. One school in town, a paper. The bar's equal number of churches. School in the town of power play. Yeah, like my mom grew up in a town of I think 63 people. Might be like 100 and something. It's really funny because we used to go to like we'd have family reunions there and we would double the population of the town.
Miss little nowhere towns. I don't miss dirt roads. I'll tell you that much. I remember one year when we went up to dirt and gravel roads used to be my bane. They were everywhere, but pretty much everything's paved now. At least where my family lives. I don't know what I'm doing with this turtle. I think I'm doing something successful with it.
You gave them a Donald Duck sailor hat.
I was trying to give them like a scholarly hat, but I did give them a Donald Duck hat. Both of these things are true. I tried something and something else happened. He needs a feather. He needs a feather. That's gonna fix things.
Just look up the Scholar artifact armor for in Final Fantasy 14.
153 in power. There you go. Yeah. There's a lot of little places in Idaho that like Dietrich, Idaho. Dietrich, Idaho is spelled diet rich, and it's just like I don't know if the people living here are saying it wrong, or someone spelt it wrong, but
It's funny. There's like a whole bunch of stuff like that. Like nobody knows how to say half the names, and the people that live there say it in the weirdest ways. It's like, okay.
That's how you spell Dietrich.
Yeah.
Like that rich, that's how you spell
Yeah.
Dietrich.
Rich. Dot Rich Idaho. And then there's
Might find by a bunch of Germans.
yeah. There's Cuna, which is spelled that way. Which I think is the correct pronunciation, but a bunch of people try to say it because they think it's a French word, and it's like, nope, that would be Cuna, which is not right. There's a couple of, there were some other ones. I had a list of these at one point in time of like weirdly named things that look funny and are said different.
Oh, I looked up
Kootenai.
Kuna, Idaho, and the official pronunciation for it is Kiona.
Nah.
It's like capital KYOO dash N upside down E.
Q, nah. Yeah. It's a hard Q.
And because I've watched way too much anime, my mind is like, oh no, I want to say this like more of a Japanese way.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing that people will bump into. Idaho has a lot of German, a lot of Basque, some French. There's a whole bunch of stuff with it.
Basque is its own language group.
And then as you go north, there's a lot of
like Nez Perce and
a few other like native named things from different reservations, and so those
blend in and everyone tries to pronounce them weird. It's a shit show. Idaho is long is the problem. Because it's just like people live here, and people live like up here. And that's it. And so it's just, it's all over the place.
Get the rest of Montana then.
Yeah. 142. I think we can do one more, but this turtle is kicking my butt. 12. Earth Genasi Barbarian, Way of the Battle Rager that has a beard made out of ruby? Okay, ruby and sapphire. Stone beard. That's kind of interesting.
I like it.
Grandmother talked about growing up in a hatchery around Jerome. Yep, I have a friend that works there.
Hatchery for what? Chickens?
Salmon.
Oh. It's a fish farm then.
Fish farm, yeah. Not in the hatchery that her father ran. Okay.
There's a large fish farm or a large hatchery up there.
Somewhere, I think. Maybe it's not near Jerome. I don't know anymore. I don't know.
If it's not the one run by the state, then it's not the same.
I don't know how to make this look like Sapphire without just making it look like he's got chunks in his beard. I don't want to just make it like faceted, like a faceted beard. I think would be pretty cool. I don't know why I never give Genasi hair. I guess if we're dealing with stones, maybe we should put the gemstone hair too. It was a chicken hatchery. Oh, okay. They hatched the chicks and sent them to the farmers in the areas to raise meat. Ah. I was for getting eggs until recently. Oh, cool. Yeah, I have a friend that works in a salmon hatchery. That's what I was thinking about. Darth Maul, we can do that. Every time I see like a YouTube video about like people making pottery or lumber, like, oh man, it would be fun though in a sawmill. Like a tiny one that you could just make your own lumber. Oh, that'd be cool. Those are all like pipe dreams that I have. It would be really fun to do that kind of stuff. Make stuff for like a Ren fair out of wood. So many little projects. So little time. No money. Like that's always the problem. Yeah, it'd be really cool to do this. I was watching one thing where these people were like, "Oh, I decided to become a farmer, so I went and got like a $3 million loan." And I was just like, "Excuse me? You did what now?" Because like farming, like there's very little small farms anymore. Like you have to basically invest into it like a giant, like corporation essentially. And that's just like, that sucks. I just want to raise alpaca and have trees. Might be a.
It's called homesteading.
Yeah. Can't homestead in Washington anymore. Everything's already sold. That would be fun. So I can dream.
So it's less that it's like illegal to do homesteading and more of like there's just no place to buy.
Yeah, no, it's super expensive to homestead is the thing in Washington. They're like, I keep finding like places because I'll cathartically like look at land and like you can get 40 acres over here, and I'm like, ooh, that's super cheap, and like, but it's right next to Canada, and it's just like, dang it. So it's like, I don't know, you gotta be in the middle of nowhere. That's a whole lifestyle. Best thing about having gemstones for hair is that you never have to worry about moose. That's true. That's true. You want to cut it, you gotta grind it. And then you can sell the shavings. I guess you can sell your hair too, right? This ain't the French Revolution.
Just have like diamond chisels to chip off pieces and give them to. It's like, here's your payment.
I really liked Hellboy, the first Hellboy, when he's just like, he's got an angle grinder in his locker.
Oh.
Shaved down his horns. Darn Canada, bringing the property value down.
I live in Canada, not gonna lie.
Yeah, John is in Eastern Washington. That's kind of what I was looking at. There's more stuff in Eastern Washington. There's just nothing over there. Someday maybe, if the channel picks up. Or I get like a book deal or something. I don't remember what this character was supposed to be. Barbarian. Just Earth Genasi Barbarian. Okay. Yeah. I always want Genasis to have a secondary, like, Elven Earth Genasi or Dwarven Earth Genasi. They can really be anything.
Yep.
Can I make this more faceted? More faceted? Some little shiny bits that are just like bing ding bouncing off here. Boom, boom, boom. Should I try selling prints on Etsy? That's an interesting idea. Sorry, I just got a weird email. I was looking at it. What's going on here? If you are a Patreon member and you would like a copy of the Kobold Marching Band, let me know. And we can maybe send one out to you via I just need to pay for shipping. If you're not, the bugbears are gonna get like a pre-viz version of it, so they're gonna one of the proof copies. But otherwise, I'm gonna put it on Redbubble and people can buy shirts and stuff. That'd be fun. See if people like it. I like drawing fancy lads, but I don't know what to sell. You know? Like, commissions are fun, but I don't know what to sell. I'm not a property appraiser. I have nothing to do with the values.
Thanks again for hanging out today, everybody. Have a chill stream, which is good. I think I will try to stream a little bit on Monday or Tuesday. I don't think we'll do the viewer suggestion though. Just because I don't know how I'm gonna feel on Friday. So probably just plan on taking next week off. And then if we get a sneaky Friday stream, that'll be a bonus. I think that'll be good. I'm trying to remember what happened last time. I feel like after my surgery last time I was locked out for the whole week. But I feel like I also tried to work and people yelled at me.
That was probably more likely the case. I have a vague memory of me and Druid getting on to you about it.
Feels bad. Feels bad not doing stuff.
Then do sketches.
Yep, that's fair.
I think looking at a tablet screen would be doing you any favors.
Well, but it's not that different from looking at a piece of paper. Ooh, so like every now and again, I'll have a moment of like, hey, my vision's pretty good. That's great. And then, like last night when I was inking when I was doing this with the things I had printed out, I couldn't see the lines. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Because it's just like there are certain levels of light and certain like distances that I'm looking at stuff where my vision just goes completely batshit bad. And it's like, oh, this is weird. So I'm really glad that I have this tablet because it's big enough and bright enough that I've been able to keep working. I think if I had my old tablet, I don't know if I've been able to work for the last like 6 months. But at least it would have been a lot more difficult. So I'm very, very lucky to have this larger tablet. I shall not work when ill. You've never worked in a kitchen. Man.
Which is an unhealthy environment.
Yeah, I don't go to restaurants much anymore. If you work in a kitchen, and your boss tells you, policy says that if you're sick, go home, but, whatever. You don't get sick days. It's like, how does that work? It's the butts. It is the butts. But I'm glad I don't do that anymore. I can take off as much time as I want. But all it does is make me poor. Which is fine. Because the alternative is working in a kitchen and just making myself sick all the time. Yep.
Which then in turn causes you to go to the doctor more often and medical bills piling up.
Vicious cycle.
Yep.
Vicious cycle. So yeah, I'm gonna be taking next week off, I guess. Let's just say that. Let's just say I'm taking next week off. I'll probably be around Monday. For sure. I want to do something on Monday. Sounds like Walmart. Yeah, I think there's a lot of places that are like that, It's definitely not only the food industry. And then after that, I'm gonna have some family coming into town the next week. I want to say the next week. So I think we'll still be doing the Wednesday, Friday stream there as long as I'm feeling good. But I might not be around as much that week. So we'll see what happens. It's getting towards the end of the year when things start slowing down a little bit. I do still want to pick up commissions and stuff though. So if people want commissions, let me know. Next week is going to be a little strange just because of the surgery, but I'm going to try to get things going. And then after that, we'll be back at it. Back in it real hard.
Is this working as like a faceted beard? I don't know if I'm doing this right. Might need more squares.
More.
Still trying to go between those I told you about. Yeah, that's tough. Like, it's really hard for me as the artist to like say, hey, pick one of these things. Drawing symbiotes is fun. I think the last one I drew was someone be made. I don't know who that was. They made a symbiote character that was also Zangief from Street Fighter. That was interesting. That's the last time I had to draw a symbiote. I don't know where they came up with that, but it exists and it's out there. Prompt idea: Goblin monk with a surfer vibe. I think Bodhi from. Didn't I draw that last week? I feel like I might have drawn a surfer goblin. Thinking either a symbiote or the cyberpunk character would be best. Yeah, centaurs are tough. I think I've done like a moose centaur, and I've done the dryad centaur with a little deer. I like that. I like that type. Drawing centaurs is tough. Horses are complicated, but they do also have the centaur having the plate mail. That's always fun too. It's difficult, but it's fun. They're all really fun characters. Did I miss it? Possibly. Check the Discord and draw in the Discord. And maybe not. That sounds really familiar. Oh, I did. Yep. The 25th. I think it's kind of it was a quick one, so, but it was the surfer boy goblin with the sunglasses. Get it from the list. I think we're probably going to call it here. It is 2 o'clock. I'm going to try to get some work done before I can't do work for a week. Yeah, thanks for hanging out today, everybody. It was a lot of fun. Don't know if there's anything else, any calls to action I have. Maybe go put a comment on your favorite video, or watch a playlist of some of the old videos, try to get those numbers up. We're getting real close to 10,000. I would love to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year, but that would be a push. So we'll see if that happens or not. I'm probably gonna try to make a few videos about Rugby playing a trumpet with Louis Armstrong cheeks. That could be fun. Did our no banner get chosen? No banner get chosen? What do you mean by that, Elliot? I just realized that I just drew this as a big strong man instead of actually making him a zealot barbarian. So I'm gonna add some armor here. But yeah, I wanna try to push that. I'm gonna try to get to the 10K. I think before the end of the year. It'll be really fun. So I'm probably gonna try to work on videos for a lot. I will still take commissions. I do want to make some commissions towards the end of the year here. I might start doing more smaller commissions.
Normally I just do the full concept art, or the character art, but maybe I'll start doing more cutesy stuff like emotes or something. Really trying to find a way to optimize my workflow. Like, what does my company make? Currently, it's just character art.
Who was my viewer suggestion? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember an all or no banner, so probably did not get chosen.
Would love to start working on my game, but that's again like it's not a revenue stream, so I do need to figure out a product. Towards the end of the year here, I want to try to figure out a product. Maybe it's a plushie, maybe it's just more stickers and I sell them better. We do have the website up now, which is cool. I gotta figure out how to make it highly functional. I'll start posting stuff on Redbubble so people can get like coffee mugs. There's a Kobold coffee mug up right now. People check that out. Should be a link below. But otherwise, I think we're done for the day. I think that's it. I think we done did it. Everybody. If your stuff did not get drawn today, please feel free to save it for next time. I don't think, like I said, I don't think we'll be doing one next week, but we might have a secret one on Friday. So we do have a secret stream on Friday. You can suggest them then. I won't be putting a post up. But yeah. Black Dragonborn Barbarian wearing black scale mail. Yeah, sorry, Lathan, we're just now ending up the stream. So you'll have to hold on to that. But awesome. Are people showing up? Do people show up at 2 o'clock? Do I stop too early? Is that what's happening? Maybe I take a 5-minute break and we get some more drawings done. Rugby coloring book. It's like, is it just rugbies? Because I have a bunch of pictures already made for a coloring book, but no one seemed interested when I started sharing them. So I don't know. I could give them away too. I could just do like the daily coloring book and then comprise them all into a coloring book. That could be interesting. Black Dragonborn Barbarian. Since we're not doing it next week, I'm gonna go ahead and try to do it another 2. We can probably go till 3 o'clock, but I'm gonna get a drink. I'm gonna refill my water, get a snack real quick, and then we'll be back and we'll keep on keeping on. How's that sound, everybody? Give me 1 second. Did my auntie make it on the list? When did you post it? It's not a good way to... I have no idea. Does not look like it did. Did it get posted after Wednesday? Monday, I think? It should be on the list then. Unless I drew it on Wednesday. Was it the Yanti Medusa lady with the blindfold? Because she got drawn. She got drawn on Wednesday. Hang tight, everybody. I'll be right back. You guys ever have that problem when you like bake a bunch of cookies and then you want to eat them, but you can't? I mean, like you could, but like
You shouldn't.
that's the problem with
Yes.
cookies. You just want to eat all of them.
What's sad was I didn't know cookies were being made, and I went in the kitchen and I was like, cookies. And I was like, I had like one of the smaller ones, and then I had another. And I was like, oh no, I need to stop.
Yeah. If you ever have to eat like a pound of chocolate, just make some no-bake cookies, and yeah, I can eat all of them, like back to back. It's great.
I couldn't do that because of the peanut butter. You know?
Oh, I don't put a lot of peanut butter in mine. I like mine to be very chocolatey. But I do put some in there. All right, I rolled a 5. A member of the first Neanderthal magic users of developing civilizations. Primitive humans and their first discovery of magic abilities. Okay. Caveman wizard. Neanderthals. Are Neanderthals and Neanderthals different? Or is it just
They're the same.
the same?
It's just a different way of saying it. One of our ancestors, if you're of European descent.
I've drawn the other retainer for tonight's game. Which do you think looks better for a token? The one on the left is very stylized, so if you have a lot of those, like that style of, which is like looks like crayon or colored pencil, I would do that. But the one on the right is pretty clean, so I like that. Token might look better with the right one, unless it's going to match the theme. Do. All right, Neanderthal wizard. Here we go. How do this do? Neanderthals have more like long face.
Say, do you remember the cavemen from the Geico commercials?
Yeah.
Kind of like them.
Mostly forehead. Mostly forehead and eyebrow.
I'm getting a reference here for you.
It was pastel.
From
Okay.
the Smithsonian.
Life expectancy 25 to 40 years. Should we give him a wizard hat? I feel like if you have cavemen and then you introduce magic to cavemen, they're just going to look like cavemen. What kind of magical implements would a caveman have? I think I've stretched these too much.
I'm kind of picturing less wizard and more of like shaman. So like, I don't know, maybe like the tip of a mammoth tusk.
Ooh.
Cards and stuff.
Okay.
Obviously not the full mammoth tusk, because that's a bit unwieldy for anyone. But like,
Lathan, I put the Black Dragonborn on the list, so it's on the list for you. Basically a shaped walking stick. That could be cool too. The first thing they invent is a hair tie. Oh, so powerful. Keeps hair out of face. Black magic.
I mean, they weren't dumb.
Isn't that the whole premise of the caveman show? They weren't dumb.
Which one?
Geico. Did you not know that
yes.
they got their own TV show?
I did not realize they actually got a TV show.
They did.
I know it was like a long-running gag.
No, I think that... Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't real. I thought they actually had, like, piloted and shot episodes. Someone look that up for me. That feels like something that some network executive would be like, yeah, people love this. Let's make a show of it. But maybe that's just me being cynical.
Oh my god.
Did it actually happen?
Yep.
Nice. Did it tank on Rotten Tomatoes?
I have no idea. See how many? It only had 13 episodes, so the answer is probably yes.
One season. Oh, I don't give him a beard.
Of course it was NBC. Of course.
Yeah, like they don't have any good ideas. Just like,
I mean, you're not wrong.
can we remake Everybody Loves Raymond? No? What about another CSI show? CSI Boondocks.
I mean, better than like, I guess it's maybe CBS or NBC who does the Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Chicago Rescue. I was like, we get it. You like Chicago. It's like, we're done, please.
I mean, I think that's a direct response to the CSI and NCIS, whatever the hell it's called.
Yep. I actually really liked one of the NCIS spin-off shows.
You know, I mean, like,
one where they were in New Orleans.
I really liked CSI. CSI was good. The first one was great. Miami was okay, and then after that, I just stopped caring. Like, that's kind of how they all go. Same thing with like
New York was weird.
Law and Order. Like Law and Order was cool. And then after like the 5th spin-off, it's like, okay, I don't care anymore.
There's like Law and Order SVU, Law and Order Criminal Intent.
Yeah, primitive does not mean dumb. You're absolutely right. But can you imagine how, like, Boss, the first guy to tie his hair back with a string must have been? Someone was just like, oh, what?
What?
How is this possible?
Was Otzi in the end, or was he a?
Who?
What was the other group? Cro-Magnon, Otzi, the ice mummy.
I don't know. Law and Order Distant Future 2025. Lathan, I'm not sure why you keep saying Black Dragonborn. It's on the list. The way this works is we put everything on a list and then roll the dice, and the dice decide whether or not we draw them. So it is on the list. Don't worry. Spamming it in chat won't do anything for you.
Yep. This is not like how it used to be, or that was how things were drawn.
See, I'm trying to think of how I did this. I guess I've always had the list, but we used to just go down.
People would
the
just
list.
yell at you.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't know that's what. Yeah, there's no problem. That's why I let you know. I think this was supposed to be a sorcerer, not a wizard, but I also don't know if that matters. Cro-Magnon magic. The inverted eyeball.
He would have been.
What's that?
Yeah, I figured it. I answered my question, so I'll see.
I do kind of want to get like maybe just a spear and put a spear with some runes on it. Flint mapping is interesting. Because it is a subtractive form of sculpture, or of like a carving, I guess. But it's subtractive on the backside of the finger mapping, which is super weird to me. You're always taking off material from the side facing away from you. Idea, you could put finger bones on it to act like a rattler. On the spear? You do that. Some on there.
It's like, but what were you talking about? I got really confused because I zoned out for a moment and just like I have no idea what Rick is talking about.
Flint mapping. Like if you're
Okay.
Making a
Napping.
stone napping. Yeah. Is it flint napping?
That was, yeah, napping.
Sorry. What did I say? Mapping?
Yeah, that was what I was very confused. Like napping. I'm like, what? So confused.
That's my bad.
It's okay.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting because you break a rock, and then once you have a flat side, you break off this piece, but the only way to do that is from the back side of it. It's like you're not whacking rocks at your face. You're always doing it blind, which is kind of interesting. I think this could be better. A spear of warning, it's just a giant rattle.
a whistling spear.
Yep. I cast the alarm spell. How do you do that?
Screams.
Just screaming wildly. Very powerful magic. Very powerful.
Very powerful, very old magic.
Yep. You have to summon it from the depths of your being.
That weirdly reminds me in the early days of the Critical Role live streams when Grog had his chain of returning.
Yeah.
And someone has like, is it actually a magic item or is he just like pulling a chain to bring it back to him?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, it's an actual magic item. It's like, okay. Because I could totally see Grog thinking that's a magical item by just pulling back on the chain.
I mean, did you watch the Predator movie Prey?
No.
Where the main character has like a throwing axe or a tomahawk. It's just got a piece of leather on it, and they do this sequence where she's just like throwing into trees and like instant returning back and forth, and through the whole rest of the movie it just never works. It's just constantly like she throws it and it just flies off somewhere. It's like, well, crap. It's like that's probably more realistic.
Yep. Like a tomahawk with a rope attached to it does not make it a rope dart.
Yeah.
Hell.
I still like some of the old druidic, like the berserkers. It's like, oh yeah, you put on the pelt of a bear and then you become a bear. It's like, nice, okay. It's like there's two forms of thought. One, you're embodying that and you are now pretending to be a bear, or they actually think they are a bear, or they actually are a bear. So it's like,
yep.
Any of these options are great, but I want to know which is which.
And then add the possibility that they may have also been
Doped to hell.
high off
Yeah.
on mushrooms that they would have ate. So any possibility.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like that would be on the they think they are bear.
Oh yeah.
Love it. Mysteries of magic. Even speak to me as being huge on practical effects.
I know about them putting on the skin of the bear and becoming a bear. I know that's later on got diffused into the rest of Europe on like how werewolves were a thing.
Yeah, that could be. I could
Like-
see that too.
Because one way of a person becoming a werewolf was to receive a magic belt from the devil, and it was just like
Yeah.
a wolf pelt that they would wear around their waist and turn into a wolf.
It's a good one. I think you would enjoy the Demeter movie.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, I think you would enjoy that. Pretty fun. I'm a man of science. Where's this devil? Like the guy's just all over the place. I don't believe in ghouls and goblins, but that is definitely scary. It's a devil. No, it's not. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter at this point.
Ah, yes. The Victorian excuse, I am a man of science.
Yeah. I don't believe in this bull ploppery. What is eating my people? I don't know. But it's not a ghost.
Vampire
Thank-
cows.
Yeah. Definitely not a cat. Or not a ghost. Probably a cat. All right, let's roll some dice. Let's see what we're drawing next. 5. What does the 5 get us? Old Man Jenkins. Lizard folk, rogue, inquisitive. I think that's supposed to be a rogue inquisitor. Maybe?
Well, that's the subclass in 5th edition. It's called the Inquisitive.
Inquisitive rogue?
Yep.
Okay. A dapper diplomat trying to blend into high society. Okay. Fancy, dapper lizard man. What does that one do?
The Inquisitive Rogue?
Yeah.
It's the Investigator Rogue for 5th edition.
Okay. So it is the Inquisitor then. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's just called the Inquisitive because I guess they didn't want to have like the religious connotations of calling it a Inquisitor.
Gotcha. Pathfinders
didn't
lean
want, like-
real hard into that. They're like, yep.
Well, there's the Inquisitor class in Pathfinder, and then there's the Investigator class.
Right.
The Inquisitive Rogue is more of the Investigator instead of the
The weird.
I serve the gods as a hunter
Yep.
of the heretic. And so they also didn't want to call it Investigator because that's Pathfinder's word.
I have to make this a raptor. Bork, bork. Bork, bork, bork. A dapper feather. I can give him feathers. Since he's a lizard folk, I usually don't give my lizard folk feathers, but could make an exception.
You did say you're doing a raptor. So
Yep. Both of these things are true. Bam, 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 bam.
I believe I'm gonna go and fix me some food.
All right. Have a good day. I'll see you again.
Hmm?
Enjoy your lunch. Thanks for hanging out.
No
Oops.
problem.
Get that out of here. Chorus of kobolds.
I thought a kobold choir sounds pretty good. I think a choir is a good name for kobolds. If you have an idea of what you would call a band of kobolds besides a band, feel free to put it on the YouTube short I posted this morning. Because engagement. What would make one lizard folk dapper? I want to give him a little vest. See my vest, see my vest. I might have that whole Simpsons song memorized, but I don't feel like singing it. Civilization, a kobold civilization. Where did the term clouder come from for cats? Clouder of cats. Yeah, the doctor. Was Dr. Monroe, was that just trying to remember. Was it just regular animals? Or was it animal people that hunted regular people? Was it animals that hunted people or like oh boy. That's an old one. Animals with people features, I think. Okay. I think I'm okay with cloning dinosaurs. But don't know. I don't know to what extent. I feel like you'd have to set some limits. Human animal hybrids, gotcha. I just realized now that I'm thinking about it, dinosaur lizard folk should actually be dinosaur Aarakocra. Dinosaur folk should be closer to Aarakocra than they would be to lizard folks. Oops. Clouder. Its origin traces back to the word clotern? Clotern? Clottern? Like other well-known words such as clot, clutter, and cluster. Okay. So it's just a clump. Big clump of cats. Oops, fell asleep again. Sorry to hear that, moniker.
You're getting enough sleep. Sleep's important.
I mixed up Dr. Monroe by H.G. Wells and The Most Dangerous Game by Richard Connell. Does the Isle of Dr. Monroe not have the animals hunting people? If I remember right, is Isle of Dr. Monroe closer to like Human Centipede, where people are invited to the island and then turned into animals? Is that what's going on? I don't know if I've ever actually seen the whole thing. I also didn't realize that it was written by H.G. Wells.
I mean, I'm sure the movie adaptations weren't, but you know what I mean.
Were uplifted animals given human intelligence, like the high evolutionary. Okay.
Did the humans in the book just not like that? What was the drama or contention point for the book?
I'm not sure why I gave him this weird tattoo.
It's you.
By surgery instead of genetics, I think humans were harvested for transfer.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured. It'd be funny if you had like a bird cane.
I think we're going to try to do one more.
I'll do one more here.
So yeah, let's try to get one more done here. And we'll call it a day.
Call it a day at 3 o'clock.
10. A human fighter cleric with brass knuckles. He's large like a bear and his tattoos with one being named Joker on his stomach. I think this was like based off of a real person, right? Cleric with brass knuckles and a chest tattoo. That means he's got to not have a shirt, which means I don't know how I'm going to make him look like a cleric. Brass knuckles are cool. Human. Get this guy out. Really wanted to make potato salad today. The bacon is very expensive. Maybe I won't. Make egg salad. Egg salad would be good. It's pretty close. Brand of their holy symbol. Yeah, I don't know. Gotta do laundry, chat later. No problem, John. Thanks for hanging out. If I were a cleric and I had brass knuckles, I would definitely put the symbol on my brass knuckles so I could just like punch smite people. Seems like a good way to do it. Ugh. You wouldn't want to have something that others could grab onto or get tangled. Or in your beard. With their symbol tattooed on their chest. Oh, a brand of the holy symbol. Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you said, like, what brand is it? What deity? Yeah, we could do that. Should we give this guy a beard too? I think we're on a beard kick today. Just go like full mutton chops all the way up the side. Let's do it.
think we'd go both. Both bulkier? I think we'd go bulkier. Goes right into the Pope hat. I've drawn like buff St. Nicholas. He's either a very pissed off chef or like Bishop of Pain. A myconid fighter holding a long spear that has pointy mushrooms on top, and choose which mushroom to design the mushroom myconid itself. Is there a Saint of Fisticuffs? There might be a Saint of Boxers. Tutorials for you. The prompt is just a myconid fighter with a spear? Or is there something, like, what do you mean by choosing which type of mushroom? Like, use a real mushroom as the reference? We've done that. Druid does that quite a bit. It's a fun suggestion. Who is the patron saint of boxers? I feel like it's St. Christopher or St. Michael. I can't remember which one. I feel like it might be Christopher. I don't remember my saints anymore. I think I accidentally gave him the Brad Pitt. Did you write Joker on the top of your belly or on like hips? It's a spear with 3 heads on top. Mushroom heads, of course. Gotcha. And Christopher is the patron of travelers and has a dog face? Oh, what? That's not the same Christopher I know. Alrighty. I think I'm about done. I think that's all we're going to get today, too. So thanks again, everybody, for watching. I'll put these all in the Discord, so if you want to use them for your character sheets or just want to look at them and have fun with them, let me know. I'd love to know what you guys do with them. Put them on tokens or whatever else. But yeah. Once again, we won't have a live stream next week. Maybe on Monday. But for basically just for the viewer suggestion, it'll be only on Friday if I'm feeling up to it, just because I am going to be having surgery next week. So hopefully everything goes well. Thanks again for hanging out today. He's depicted as having sanity in some ancient texts. Interesting. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I'll have to look that up. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that. But yeah, thanks again for hanging out today. Thanks for all the good suggestions. We'll post up another one on Friday, and then probably the week after that again, and we'll go from there. But stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table. Go watch a video, one of my videos, and share it with some of your friends. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers this year. Let's see if we can get there. Bye, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good weekend.